I'm gonna pause here so we can like look at these scores.
Yep.
It seems like the way they're doing it is first place is 10 points, and then second place is 8.
Okay.
And then the rest of the placements are like the expected, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Okay. So those sort of classic extra.
The same player seemed to have won the first 2 games. So
Yep.
the Shabu and the Ming Ming were indeed the same person.
Which I think Nia was saying that is the #1 Gaowu player at the moment. So.
Yeah, they're also the person who tried out Mono Water Child.
Well, you know, they have a lane.
Yeah, so they definitely have a preference for Duan Chuan. Probably not as good as 5 Elements.
Might just have a preference for
They
predicament
wanted to
for
try something
immortals.
different, and it just did not work out at all. Chi Wang Yo player getting 3rd in both their other games on the other hand, which I think makes them the current highest scoring player.
Okay, that makes sense.
Though because of how big the first place bonus is, the DX player who went 8th in one game is still like only half a point behind them.
That makes it fairly close then, going into... Is this our last round coming up?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think we are going to get through this after all. Hooray.
I always believed.
The double speed at the start definitely paid off. Speaking of which, I'm going to like speed it up a little bit until we get back to the gameplay.
That's good.
They're probably talking a bit about like how people are doing, but I'm not going to understand what they're saying. But yeah.
Yeah, so
looking at the score totals, we see 21.5, 21.5, 21.0.
Yep.
Very, very close race for first there. And then everyone else is just like way too far behind to catch up to first.
Yeah, they're playing for the middle ranks.
I didn't see which 3 players it was. I think it was the DX player and the Fletch player.
Yeah, the middle
and
one,
then
the Zhang Ximing
there was 200 in their name. So you see, the Ximing player is the #1 Ximing is back on Ximing again.
Yep.
Other Chi Wang Yo. Multiple Tukui. There's definitely been a lot of DX and very little Sword Sect.
We see a lobby with another child, another Chi Wang Yo, 2 Tukuis, which is
There are 4 DX in this lobby. I think there have been like 3 or 4 DX in every lobby.
The opinion on DX has well, I don't know if you want to say it has or has not shifted. I guess it depends on what your perspective is on where it was in the first place, but yeah, certainly a lot of respect for DX in this tournament.
Yeah, and I think DX is always going to be better in tournaments than it is on ladder.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the case. Though, you know, there's an asterisk as to what specific flavor of DX. Like, I'm curious.
I think
curious to see that there's 2.
Did I see that right? The Zhang Ximing took 8 exchanges.
I didn't see
instead of Fletch.
It's interesting. That would be a bold new direction.
I think I saw like half the lobby took +8 exchanges.
Platt says that they did. Okay, we're not Fletch gaming here. 2 quiz.
So yeah, I wonder like if Platt says they might be Fulu this game. Certainly be interesting to see some.
There was a pretty
different. Lee Man is of course Bones again.
There was a pretty big uptick of Fulu. There was it Fulu. I mean, at the very least, Star Power Zhang Ximing when DX first released. A board of just like.
You know. They heard me complaining about it and are here to prove me wrong that it can still win lobbies.
Turns out Zhang Ximing is the.
It's definitely a lot better in a lobby that looks like this one, where like you are probably outspeeding everyone except Child.
Yeah. I think that was a big part of the theory that led to the sort of redevelopment of Star Power Zhang Ximing into DX was that like, you know, you get to play you make a bunch of star power, you get to play like a side, you don't do enough damage to them that they're shocked as a threat yet, and then you just annihilate them with the 5 thunders.
Yeah, going first as star power is definitely like not something you get to do very often.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll be excited to see how
Not since the days where like Xian was still playing Polaris.
Ah, yes. Maybe we'll actually see a Polaris hit a board and not get immediately rolled away this game. Though the Feng Shui was playing it for a bit last game, to be fair.
Yeah, until they maxed to Heaven X.
Yeah, and then they immediately
Yeah,
got
this is
eliminated.
indeed Fulu.
Okay, cool. Exciting.
Plant Master for both the Tukuis.
As expected.
Torchi.
Ah, yeah.
Tier 2.
That's very good for them. That means their Vine is... they can just play their Vine without having to mess around with a continuous card they may not
Another one
want to
taking
play.
away of adaptation. Lots of the DX experience of being able to play, just take whatever immortal fates you want from this character.
Fairly sure that's Musician
And in this
Shovel
pack in
too.
general, you don't have to take card draw to have a board. Taking 8 exchanges instead of bones. So 8 exchanges and then also a way of adaptation.
It's a lot of exchanges. 18 exchanges on round 3. Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I think Exercise Bones is not as appealing on Tukui after several rounds of nerfs.
Yeah.
It's just one of those...
Notably, 8 exchanges is also one of the generic mirages that were released in the first batch. I think the generic mirages, like, despite like how like flashy a lot of the new ones have been,
They're worse.
I think a lot of them are just the quality of generic mirages has just gone down from how it was at the start of the season.
Yeah.
It's like you don't see cultivation +1 as often anymore. You don't see exchanges +8 as often.
It's interesting that I guess the block is trying to line up. I was gonna say the turn 1 Fletch sort of a mainstay for Chi Wang Yo's, but the Max Earthseal is very, very good card.
Yeah.
Obviously, a big part of that is the block, so I assume she was looking at her opponent's board and deciding that it was better off on turn 2 to maximize that value. Alright. First roll of the dice for Child turns up a Metal Spirit Seal. Certainly not their preference, but
We got Needle. Not in a 4DX lobby, but
yeah.
I guess that's the other reason why you don't see much Needle in these tournaments, right? It's like every lobby has way too many DX.
Yeah, it's so much worse when
I wonder if
you can't
there's
rely
an
on
argument for
hardware.
playing Hard Bamboo in these tournaments.
That'd be interesting, because I feel like Hard Bamboo just has too high a fail rate, though, like compared to just...
I mean, but there's also a bonus for going first, right? For getting first in a lobby, I mean.
That's true. You could...
Like, that does kind of reward you for playing, like, these Feast or Famine comps.
Yeah, you could maybe talk me up to it, but it's very hard to turn down just classic UWF.
I have only played in one tournament, and I got eliminated in the first round, so I certainly would not know.
Luck Prairie for Child. A good card to luck. Expensive. I think...
Very good roll down here.
Yeah.
Missing a Water Seal, but Max Bud. They have Sword Bamboo. Well, they might be eating the Sword Bamboo. Eating the Metal Seal.
I think eating a Metal Seal is fine.
You just need to eat one more card. Aside from the Sword Bamboo.
It's just gonna be like... yeah, it's very
There's
close
a Water
to just...
Seal. Still no Wood Seals.
It's very close to just being a tier 3 board with his tier 3 and like 1 seal on it. So...
Yeah, I mean, this is playing 4 seals on it.
What a seal!
Junction with double Guard Spirit Fulu. Skipping the tier 3.
I like it.
It's looking a lot like how Junction was played last season.
Yeah, I quite like it. I think it's a pretty solid setup here. Guard really does a lot of work.
I know this Junction was definitely a big advocate of the rolling on 3 as Fuluist. I think I learned it from watching them.
Okay.
And like this hit here is really good, obviously. Guard Spirit Fulu doing a lot of work.
Yeah. I think all the early game Fulus, tier 1 and 2, have sort of seen a revisiting over the last couple of seasons. You know, last season Guard Fulu was very popular on Jiangximing. you know, the tier 2 Fulus were a big part of Chinray's boards a couple of seasons ago.
They got the bird alternate art, and that made people play them.
They buffed them too.
Yeah, they both got. Was it both of them got +1 damage, or just Firecloud?
Both of them, yeah. They both got a pretty significant bump.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. The +1 damage doing a lot in the early game.
Yeah, it really matters quite a lot. Now they're kind of
+1 damage on Firecloud Fulu, also notable because it's a multiple of 4 now, which means you can get an extra defense out of Dust if you play it after the Firecloud Fulu.
That's cute. I've never.
Unfortunately, despite having fire in the name, it does not activate the Earth card in the slot after it.
Fire Spirit, Cloud Fulu, yeah, not quite. Interesting to be running the Truncate in slot 1 over the I was gonna say the Truncate instead of the Mountain Falling, but I guess you are against Leman.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't wound them. In fact, they're wounding themselves.
Yeah. So sensible adaptation by the Tukui.
We see this bounced into Subdue Dragon into other Crash Fists, which definitely like a line I've seen more, just like completely negating the HP cost of the Subdue Dragon, which is definitely its biggest weakness in the mid game.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, those cards will drain your HP very fast.
Yeah. Bounce definitely doesn't get enough respect for how strong it is.
Yeah, I think it's like the best tier 1 Crash Fist in most spots.
Yeah. It can stay on boards for a long time.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, you cannot merge it with Ji Fengsheng's tier 4 anymore.
They should do it. Make my boy great again. They've got this Xiaobu spent a lot of rolls on tier 3. In fact,
they're still rolling.
A lot of the lobby has spent a lot of rolls on tier 3. We have a lot of blue cards on.
It seems to be how things go nowadays.
Yeah.
Rolling on tier 4 is just like a thing of the past.
It's just too late is the problem. Though it's interesting, you know, tier 3 I feel like is the place in the game with it has like a really good tension to it, where like the cards are so much better than the previous 2 tiers, but not a lot of them are good enough to stay on your board all game. So there's like a real like tension of like, you know, I can get so much more strength out of these cards this turn for the next like, couple of turns.
I think also notable in this lobby is if people are taking +8 exchanges, I think that kind of incentivizes rolling more early anyway. And if you're going to roll early, tier 3 is kind of the place to do that.
I see what you're saying. So like you have more rolls, you've invested a resource in obtaining more of these rolls, so it makes sense to spend some of them early for a bit of extra power.
Yeah, like you want to be using them to get upgraded cards, and if you're going to get upgraded cards, why not get them on tier 3?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably too greedy to wait till tier 4, and the tier 2 cards aren't going to beat anyone. Especially not tier 2 DX cards. Which no one likes.
Result Hulu still not working to reduce Leman's max HP.
Yeah, it's very annoying. It should give them -2 physique permanently.
They're terrifying to Quay board here.
When will we get opponent's physique to 0 on Blazing Prairie?
Blazing Prairie definitely needs a buff, hey.
Yeah.
It took away running board pretty similar to the Xiao Blue board.
I want to see just like every 5 elements character running mono fire in the mid game, and then every DX character getting their physique reduced to 0 every round.
Finally, the nerf to physique that people want. So this Chiwangyo and Child Destiny getting a little bit low. Both of them sort of running afoul of everybody else in the lobby having spent a ton of resources on tier 3, I think. Neither of them have quite built up a board that's as competitive. And Child obviously has a lot of help in their tier 3, but these boards that they're running into are just kind of massive. Xian has certainly spent a few rolls, narrowly losing to the Lee Man. And both of them are looking quite precarious. Skipping the tier 3 for the Chiwangyo here. I wonder if that's going to cost them.
I'm going to speed this up again because I do have to get going soon, unfortunately.
Oh, good. So, pick up the pace.
So if we miss some details, I apologize in advance.
And now we see Lu Jianxin spending their rolls, building up their sort of classic defense stacking board. Cracking fists onto Koi.
I'm curious if how good their board will be against all these upgraded tier 2, tier 3 DX cards.
I would be interested to see as well. Notably, Hong Yao on Jiang Ximing has spent a reasonable amount of resources here, and is still kind of struggling to find their feet too.
I do really enjoy this style of tier 3 Jiang Ximing board. Like they have the Spirit Absorb Fulu.
Yeah.
You just kind of play like whatever random cards you hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you see Miasma Fulu, we see this like level 1 Repel being played.
Yeah.
Like definitely though, like as I was saying earlier, it's kind of suffering this season from just like everyone's boards being so much stronger at every stage of the game. Like you can't really get away as much with just like playing random value cards.
For sure.
Especially in this lobby too, where everyone has everyone having 8 extra exchanges changes the dynamic a lot.
The Lu Jianxin...
Jiang Ximing still has 33 exchanges left. They really banking on finding their cards on tier 5 because their board is not very good.
No. The Lu Jianxin...
Like they are taking small losses for the most part. They managed to take down this Lee Man with Mantis.
The Lu Jianxin also defeated the Lee Man last turn with their defense stacking board.
Yeah, but they've spent a lot more rolls, of course.
Yeah.
This is one thing that has impressed me about this Jiang Ximing player is they do manage to make a lot out of the things they draw.
So this little border they were sent.
They
sweet.
have like consistently like shown me they can win with like the barest of resources.
And our 5e players in 7th and 8th looking to...
Child found their UWF.
Yep.
Jiang Ximing broke through and found Divine Rock Fulu Polaris.
I'm a little surprised that the...
Max Heartbroken Tune over here.
I'm a little surprised that the Chiwangyo didn't break through on this round. I feel like if you're skipping your tier 3, you're for your cultivation, you're kind of looking to break through soon.
Lu Jianxin, definitely a good lobby to be rolling on tier 4, where if everyone is rolling on tier 3, your board just kind of beats everyone.
Yeah. Alright.
So and then people are going to be hopefully weaker on tier 5 to compensate.
This
terrifying Jiang Ximing board.
Yeah, cashing in these rolls has really sort of paid dividends here.
They're now going to be stronger a lot earlier than everyone else.
Yeah. Chiwangyo also hitting their UWF now, but 9 Destiny is pretty scary. I don't think I'd be very
They're not
happy.
lose the fight. Who are they fighting this round?
I think they're fighting I think they're fighting the Jiang Ximing.
That's not good.
Yeah, not good for them.
Yeah, the Jiang Ximing's really strong.
They are.
Probably very good for the Jiang Ximing too, because the Chiwangyo is probably their toughest opponent later on.
The Chiwangyo.
They managed to play around the Chinai, and yep, that 5 Thunders got there.
Nice.
Or the 3 Thunders. Flameflow Rebirth taking down Tukui. That tier 5 debuff board beating Blacksmith. Tier 5 debuff board also beating Lee Man.
Yeah.
Again, this musician debuff.
Seeing a lot of the
continuing to be a strong tier 5.
Seeing a lot of the Shadows take their tier 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely immortal fate that kind of comes in and out of Vogue, I feel.
Yeah, being in base, I think the general idea is just like being able to play Heartbroken Tune over Sure is just like, especially when you're rolling on tier 3, like you often have max Heartbroken Tune, and it's going to be better than like level 1, even level 2 Sure for a while.
Yeah.
And then if you don't even need the chi, then it's just like you can slam Heartbroken Tune on every board.
So we've got a pretty interesting spread here. We have a Tukwei on 80 Destiny, a very, very scary Jiang Shiming.
Yeah. Wow. Surviving at 1 HP there.
Jeez.
Eliminate the Realm Killing Palms player.
That's it. That's an intense one.
Double cheek corrupting Sunflower. Another Ningong Chung getting chi denied.
Down to 2, still in the lobby.
Get a lot of that with lobby. We have Bearing the Load. Was that the Tukwei, I think?
Yeah. They're building their own.
Definitely leaning into just like play whatever you can until you find enough physique to RKB people.
Yeah, exactly. Just one of your
Jiang Shiming playing Strike Twice Side, which is that's historically how you
dismantle these boards. Yep. Max side at that.
And like they're gonna side over predicament over Heartbroken plus Shura.
Also deal a casual 56 damage in the process. Too bad against a board that's
58, I think.
Because of the initial star power.
Astrology, yeah. This is the Tukwei who did not take Storchi, I believe, so that bind cannot come out on turn 1.
Yeah, which is very good for the Liman. Child still.
Jiang Shiming wins another fight.
Yeah.
They do not. The Shabu still have their cheat death. Oh, they didn't take their cheat death.
What do they take over their cheat death? I missed that.
Firmness of body.
Oh, that's an interesting pick.
And we see Jiang Shiming really assembling the classic Blue Polaris board.
Yeah, this was
just proving me wrong. This board is still good apparently.
Well, I mean,
it does seem to be a very good lobby for it though. Like Child is historically a fairly good matchup for this kind of board.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's playing against boards that existed last season, it stands to reason that it would still be good against those boards this season.
Yeah, it was. Ulu Jiang Shiming was really, really strong last season.
And this is a bunch of boards that basically existed last season. I mean, this one is probably the only exception, the Lu Jiangshin, but everything else here is pretty, familiar. It's ArcAP, it's UWF, it's Musician Boo. Yeah, and just can't quite race the Tukwei. Chabu was out to the Li Man. Frozen Blood Lotus doing a lot of work against internal injury. Child out. UWF. Oh wait, no, the Shabu did take her cheat death. She's still alive. Must have been the Tukwei that took Firmness of Body. They must have zoomed through it because she definitely lost that fight.
Oh, did I miss that they took her cheat death?
It must have been the Tukwei that took the Firmness of Body because the Shabu definitely went to one Destiny.
Probably just the replay going. Yeah, it is the Tukwei who took the Firmness of Body.
And this is the Storchi Tukwei. So he actually could have Vined on turn 1 if he wanted.
Maybe they were just like the Li Man chasing later on their board.
May I have your attention, please? Main stacks will be closing in 1 hour at 10 p.m.
Christ.
All study room keys are due at this time. Patrons requiring library services should make their way to the circulation desk on level 8 at 7:45. Thank you.
The classic. Yep, I've lost your stream. There you go. The classic internal injury. Chabu getting obliterated by another DX player just putting in their own soul cleavings. Leaves us with Tukwei and Jiang Shiming in the finals. So yeah, 3 DX and Jiang Shiming in the finals.
Apologies for the loud noises in the background.
It's all good.
I definitely need to get going soon. Thankfully, there's only on double speed. There's like 4 minutes left of this game.
Yeah, we'll get through it. Well, yeah, I mean, so was the Tukwei one of the people who was on 21.5 points, or was it just Hunyao?
I don't think they were.
Okay, so Fulu.
It looks like Jiang Shiming wins the tournament.
Fulu Jiang Shiming's got the wins then.
Yeah, because I think they're getting first in this lobby too.
This board is just so
This
hard to
debuff
beat.
Kukui is not really where you want to be.
No, like you're way too slow to do a thing. I think this board also just like kind of kills through weak a lot of the time.
They have 6 souls now, but 0 copies of RKP. Around 18. It's just like the Vine is not nearly as good if you don't have the multi-hits to support it.
Yeah. Also, no Shadow Rishis either, so no real way to sort of cheat extra speed out of their deck. They just have to play their cards, quote unquote, honestly.
Yeah, Vine, but then you're getting strike twice sided, and your board just stops working.
Yeah. No sure all means this is
and it looks like that is the end of the lobby.
Yeah. Over. Very good.
And yes, just like a pretty dominating performance.
Absolutely.
See, they went 15-3.
Yeah.
Like,
man. It's cool seeing the same
won their
name.
early game fights while banking 33 rolls.
It's cool seeing the same guy win so many of these events, or place highly in so many of these events. He really knows his stuff.